Sam, how can we help her? She's suffering, my wife asked anxiously as we returned from my mother's. My mother-in-law had been trapped in grief since the death of her husband. For 6 long months, she had wandered through a haze of depression and anxiety, her spirit broken by loss. At 45, she had once been vibrant, beautiful, and full of life, but now neglect had aged her. Her once bright eyes had dulled, her lively smile vanished, replaced by a vacant stare. The warmth she usually radiated was gone, leaving only a shadow of the woman she used to be. When I first met Linda, I was captivated. Her strong, symmetrical features, her figure, the way she carried herself, it was impossible not to notice. Confident and charismatic, she had a magnetic presence. Her taste for bold, stylish clothing only added to her allure. I had to admit, I occasionally found myself sneaking glances, drawn to her in a way that felt almost forbidden. But that had all changed. Now, she wore her exhaustion plainly. Makeup was rare, hair unkempt, and the spark that once made her so captivating was extinguished. Emma and I, closest to her, knew there was no magical solution, no stranger who would appear to revive her spirit. The responsibility fell on us. We needed to act, to bring back a fragment of the woman we loved and admired. "You're a genius, Sam. That much is obvious," Emma said. "But who would want to be with someone so withdrawn, with eyes so lifeless?" I thought for a moment. "All right, we'll try another way," I said. "We'll take her to the beauty parlor, hair, nails, makeup, whatever it takes. But I'll need the funds." Emma didn't hesitate, and neither did I. The price was high, but it didn't matter. Restoring Linda's joy was worth every penny. I couldn't understand exactly how Emma convinced her mother to go along, but the important thing was that it happened. The results were staggering. When I arrived at Linda's house, I barely recognized her. She had returned, radiant, confident, alive. Her hair shimmered, her makeup subtle yet striking, her clothing elegant, enhancing her figure. Compliments spilled effortlessly from my lips as I drove her home. The blush on her cheeks, the sparkle in her eyes, it was as if she had been reborn. The transformation continued over the next hours. Linda seemed to flourish before our eyes, her energy returning, laughter reappearing. Emma and I, watching from a distance, felt a mixture of pride and relief. We had done it. We had helped her step back into life. The next day my phone rang. It was Linda. "Sam, thank you. You helped me so much yesterday. I'd love to see you again today," she said. Her voice carried a warmth I hadn't expected. I hesitated, explaining that Emma and I had work obligations. "If you need me, I can come by tonight," I offered. "That would be wonderful," she replied. Her tone hinted at something more than mere gratitude, but I didn't press. When I arrived that evening, Linda had transformed again, bold, daring, confident. Her blouse left little to the imagination, yet it wasn't vulgar. It was an expression of her newfound self-assurance. She had set the table, lit candles, and played soft music, creating a scene both intimate and thrilling. Watching her move around the kitchen, I couldn't help but notice the subtle, deliberate ways she drew my attention. Her eyes met mine often, mischievous and daring. My heart raced, torn between desire and guilt. She had become a force I couldn't resist, yet the reality was devastating. She was my mother-in-law, and I was married to her daughter. When she brushed against me, kissed my cheek, whispered her longing, I was left shaking. Her intensity awakened feelings I had never expected to confront. That night, I confessed everything to Emma. She listened quietly, her eyes revealing a mix of shock, love, and understanding. "Give her what she wants," she said finally. "We've worked so hard to bring her back to life." The following evening, I returned. Linda greeted me with confidence, the hunger in her eyes undeniable. The dinner she had prepared was more than a meal. It was a declaration. Every glance, every touch, every word was charged with a tension that neither of us could ignore. When the night ended, we sat together, wine in hand, the world outside forgotten. Guilt, excitement, and a strange, unnameable thrill coursed through me. I knew the boundaries we were crossing, but for that moment it didn't matter. The warmth, the laughter, the allure of Linda. It was intoxicating, and I couldn't let go.